I want you to give yourself 30 days. Give yourself 30 days and see what happens. What it do, y'all? It's your girl Big Niche clocking back in with y'all. We are back with another banger, man, on my channel with my P-Love gang. And how are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing on September 30th? Today is September 30th. It is a Tuesday. Tomorrow is October 1st, which is a whole new month for us to get a whole new vibe, a whole new energy, a whole new feel of life. And that's what I want to talk to y'all about today. I want you to give yourself 30 days. Give yourself 30 days and see what happens. I want us to be able to talk about transitioning and transformation and rebranding and refocusing. What does that look like? Does that mean you are taking away? Are you adding? Are you sacrificing? Or are you like what in what way can you rebrand yourself? In what way can you become a better person, right? A lot of times I think that the main thing that we focus on is how fast can it get done. And we want this to get done at a certain time. We want this to get done when we want it to get done, but it's never the right time for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if things got done right when we wanted it to, right? I'm pretty sure we would, as humans, we would fuck it up naturally, because that's what humans naturally do. Without guidance, we fuck shit up. So I see why people lead to religion. I see why people lead to practices and all types of things, something to keep them guided, something to keep them, on a focused path. I feel like everybody deserves some type of focused path, whether or not, it's church, spirituality, Scientology, whatever it is. I feel like everyone deserves some type of focused path. Granted, I am spiritual. I don't have a religion. I grew up in a religion. I grew up very Christian, apostolic, Pentecostal, whatever you want to call it. But as I got older and when I became my own person, I branched off into my own understanding and my own study and my own free will. And I decided to not become a religion. I decided to not tie myself to a religion, but to understand all religions, pretty much. And it's not for me to. I'm not going to say that I practice every religion, because I don't practice not a damn thing that comes to religion. I don't, I'm not a devoted prayer. I don't, I try to do things that will lead up to having a closer relationship, because I do believe in the Most High. I do believe in a God. I do believe that there's a higher power. I will never underestimate that. I will never take that away. But what I will say is, I believe that we are also just as powerful as the higher power, if that makes sense. I feel like when you meet the source in the middle, it has no choice but to do what needs to be done. When you do your work and you have faith that it's going to get done, the source has to then just come through. It has to eventually just meet you in the middle. It has to complete that it has to complete that need that you're asking for. Meaning, let me give an example. A lot of times people pray to God about paying a bill off. I don't know how white Christians are, but I know in a lot of black Christian homes, not really speaking on a lot of other ones, but I know specifically for mine, I grew up in a time where my mother just knew for a fact, whatever it was, God was going to work it out. She in righteous day, she's that same way. She doesn't hesitate to just say God or put it in God's hands, or, but one thing I will say from my mother having such a strong faith in God was, what I took from that is, you can have as much faith as you want to, but you have to meet, like I said, you have to meet in the middle. You just have to, or it won't get done. We can sit here and believe something's going to get done, but we can believe it as long as we want to, but it has to happen with action. You can tell somebody that, next week you're going to have you can tell somebody next week you're going to have $1,000 some. But how are you going to get that $1,000 if you don't apply yourself? Meaning, doing some type of work, doing some type of action to get to that $1,000. I watched a YouTube video, and I can't remember I know the podcast name. I think it's On Purpose Podcast by Jay Shetty, I believe. And him and this other guy was talking, and they were talking about, like, what is it? How do you stop yourself from stressing? And how do you stop yourself from, how do you stop yourself from getting out of the state of survival? And pretty much he was saying that, and this made me look at life on a different aspect too, in the special financial part. He was saying that you want to treat money the exact way you would treat a person. You want to have a relationship with money. You want to have a relationship with the energy that you put towards your money. What energy are you feeling when you receive money versus what energy are you feeling when you spend money? And that opened my eyes in a whole new aspect, because I'm like, I never thought of it that way. What response am I showing when I receive money? When I receive money, I'm always happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm ready to, I feel like I can go buy anything I want. But when I know it's time to lose money, I get scared. I get, nervous. I get scarcity. I feel like all hope is gone sometimes, because it's right now. I've gotten, last month and this month of September, I would say, was probably the hardest 2 months for me, because mentally, because I had just moved to a whole new state, y'all. I just moved to Texas once again for the third time. It's not new to me, but it's a new state, to some people that's never been, to certain places. It was completely, these past 2 months were completely just built on stress and survival and my past. These past 2 months, I've literally realized that my emotions and my mental breakdowns and everything that I was feeling was very valid. It was very valid, but it also stemmed from the fact that I was still feeling like I was living in my past. And when you are still in the past mindset, your body is going to think you're still in that state. And so it can do nothing but react. Our bodies react of how we think. Our thinking reacts of how we feel. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're feeling, and even sometimes those thoughts are not your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Even the thoughts that you think about, that half the time they're not even yours. It's just a passive thought that's just passing through. It's just like a car, or it's like a traffic. It's just traffic going. Think of your thoughts like traffic. The green light is your thoughts. The red light is your thoughts. The yellow light is the passing through thoughts. Now, red light obviously is the negative thoughts. The green light is the positive thoughts. The yellow thoughts is just thoughts that pass on through that you wouldn't even have thought of. Sometimes we be thinking about some shit that randomly hits our head, like, but I would never do no shit like, or I would never think, like, where did that come from? Sometimes we're like, where the fuck did that come from? It's not your thoughts. It's not your thoughts. It's most definitely going to be challenging to, I would say the most challenging part when you're trying to, I know I'm talking all around in different topics, but this is how I'm trying to train myself into we're talking, in passing the right message to who needs to hear it. A lot of times we tell ourselves that, if I do this way, if I do that way, maybe this will happen, maybe that will happen. And a lot of times we do things off of past experiences. I've really realized that a lot of the decisions we make in our future, for our future, can be based off of our past. And I don't think people are really aware of that until they really sit and think, like, what exactly did I just do? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we don't think about, we're still in the state of the past when we make these decisions, because we don't realize it till something happens tragically, right? For example, y'all know I just got out of a relationship, whatever. Mentally, I was like feeling so fucked up about it. I was thinking like, damn, it's the end of the world. I'm no longer gonna ever find love again. Like I was just telling y'all probably a few days ago off live that I probably felt like I wasn't gonna fall back in love. Knowing me, I know that's not true. I know that's not true. But what I will say is this time I'm being very cautious on who I want to love and who I want to love me. I'm not accepting everything or anything, and I'm not allowing anything or everything to just come my way. Meaning, I'm going to take the proper steps to learn what is love. I want to learn what is love to me. And whatever I feel like love means to me, that's what I want somebody to bring to me. And if they cannot match the love that I have for myself, I cannot even bother myself with them. And that is something that I realized too. Like these past few days, y'all, I've really just been on a whole like spiritual recleansing and spiritual isolation, and just really digging deep within myself and finding out what it is that keeps happening and what it is that I'm trying to change. Meaning, what it is in my life that keeps occurring, that keeps having these situations happen. Why is it that I have to depend on this? Or why is it that I feel like I need this in my life in order for this to work? Like, why is it that these certain things are steady a problem for me to not have? Versus, what am I going to do to change my mind, to change my environment, to change the way I think, the way I breathe, the way I move, the way I act, even the way I eat, y'all? Like, every single thing that I'm trying to do right now is to literally rebrand myself. The body takes 7 days. 7 days, the body and the mind, for you to be subconsciously and consciously rebranded. When you take, let's say you do 7 days straight of just the same repetitive stuff, and you do that for 7 days straight, good or bad, it's gonna stick for the rest until you break that cycle. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanna, let's say you drink every Saturday and you smoke every Monday and you go out and party every Friday, but the rest of those days you're working. And let's say you try to, the next following week, the next Tuesday, you want to try to go to the gym, but you still have all those other habits that you do throughout the week. That's going to be hard because, for one, yes, you may be going to the gym, but it's going to be hard because your body is doing something that it's not used to. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to force yourself to, let's say we force ourselves to go to the gym, because a lot of times we do force ourselves. A lot of times I force myself to go to the gym because I know for a fact I don't even like going to the gym. But I go to the gym because not because of the fact that I'm trying to do this to look good, or like, it's because the gym literally, it's a chemical release that the gym does for me. I don't know what it is, but the gym literally releases a whole lot of stress for me. And maybe, that stress can pile back up hours later, or it can reoccur. But for that moment, for however long I'm in the gym, when I'm in the gym, it's just me and that equipment and what I want to do for my future. When I'm in the gym, I'm putting that work in for my future. So, a lot of times we feel like we are just like not even worth a lot of stuff. I don't know why people feel like they're not worth things. I even felt like that. Sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm not even worth becoming famous or becoming rich. Sometimes I feel like those things because that is what I was programmed. That is what I was told. That is what I was believed to be true. When you're surrounded by doubt, how can you be positive in doubt? It's hard. It's hard. So when you force yourself, it's like when you start fighting, it's like you in the corner, everybody's on top of you. At this point, you just, you're not even looking, you windmilling at this point, because you just want everything to get up off you. You want everything to get up off you. That is when I feel like you have reached the point of no turning back. When you've had so much shit going on in your life to where you feel like you're in a corner, and at this point you're sitting and you're taking all these punches, but you get so tired to the point where you want to start throwing punches back. That's when I feel like you reached the core and the beauty of no return, because then you figured out something is wrong and I need to fix it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling like if it's something wrong in my life, I need to fix it. All right, sorry y'all. The camera had ended up dying, so I had to recharge it and come back to y'all when it was done. But I can't really remember where I left off at, but I'm gonna pick up with and I'm not gonna keep y'all too much longer. I just, like I said, I feel like when you know that life is meant to be enjoyed, life is meant for you to enjoy it. Life is not meant for you to stress and always just figure out why. Life is not meant for you to figure that part out. Life is meant for you to figure out who you are and what do you love and what do you like about yourself. You know, often, y'all, like I said, we sometimes get in these modes of where we feel like it won't work or it won't happen or it will not come true. That only is the case if you do not put in the work. That only is the case if you do not believe. You know, the work, put in action and faith goes hand in hand, bro. You cannot do one without the other. You have to have them both. You have to have faith in order to make shit work. You have to put in the action in order for that faith to start working. For example, do you think when I'm tired, I'm finna turn it in after this, but do you think when a lion goes out to hunt, and I'm talking about the female lions? No. Yeah, I'm talking about the female lions, because female lions go out to hunt. Do you think when the female lions go out to hunt that they're hoping that, you know, they're scared that they're not going to bring anything back, or, you know, that they're not going to have anything to feed their babies or their king or whatever? No. When females go out and hunt, when them lions go out and hunt, they are determined to find something to feed their babies and to put on their stomach. But you have to get to a point where survival is not permanent, but it gets you to where you need to be. What I mean by that, like, we cannot always think or live in survival mode. Once you get out of survival mode, remember to stay out of survival mode, but always keep those skill set that you had when you was in survival mode in the back of your brain. Because, you know what I'm saying, we always want to make sure that at the end of the day, we can pick ourselves back up. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, you're the only person that can pick yourself up. Yes, we have people that will support us. Yes, we have, you know, some people have support from all areas. If you need anything, they got you. Motherfuckers can ask for a goddamn pen, and they'll bring you a pencil, highlighter, and a Sharpie, and a pen, and a marker. But it's just, some people don't have that option. Some people can't ask for a pen. Some people don't even have somebody to ask. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in that position, I just feel like you need to tell yourself, one day at a time, I'm only one person. And whatever it is that you're sacrificing, whether it's partying, drinking, smoking, it's always going to be there. Me, I'm sacrificing a little bit of social media back and forth to lock in for these 30 days. For these 30 days, I'm deciding to sacrifice some of my Facebook a little bit, some of my Facebook, while also adding in the gym probably every day. If I don't do the gym every day, I'll read every day. If I do the gym 4 days out the week, you know, I'm sacrificing TV time. I'm not going to be listening to TV. Every day that I wake up, towards the day that I wake up to the time that I go to sleep, I plan on being productive. Whether that's reading, listening to successful podcasts, learning something new, working towards my talent, which is either vlogging, content creating, poetry, photography, whatever I want to do. I'm going to work towards that for these next 30 days. I'm finna lock in and rebrand myself. So y'all will be seeing more of me. You will be, I had to go through what I was going through. Yes, it messed me up a little bit, but I'm back now. I'm back to where, not where I want to be, but I'm back to where I need to be to keep going. And, I love y'all with everything in me. I will never, ever just give up on y'all. Y'all have never given up on me. We are almost 400 subs. Why would I ever give up on y'all, man? When y'all have done amazing things for me. Y'all have taught me a lot about myself that I did not even know I was capable of doing. And y'all are my family. And like I told y'all, I have infinite amount of love for every single subscriber on my channel. I love y'all dearly, and I hold y'all to my heart. And I do this for y'all, and I do this for every single viewer that sees these videos. I do this for every person that intends on watching me. I do this for y'all because at the end of the day, I know the fact that I already started this, there's no stopping. I can just go off the grid whenever I want to, you know what I'm saying? But it's always going to be somebody that's thinking of me that I never even met, because I started this channel, I started this platform, I started what I'm doing. So in order for me to keep going, I just want to make sure that y'all understand that this is wholeheartedly from nothing but love and genuineness and authenticity coming from me. Literally, whatever y'all get from me is literally nothing but from strictly the heart. Y'all see the raw, real truth of me. I don't ever have to lie to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I could be real with y'all, and that's what I love about y'all. And I hope that's what y'all love about me. But I said all that to say, today is October 1st, and I'm gonna upload. I said it was September 30th because that was probably about 30 minutes ago. It's a new day. It's a new month. It's a new time to focus. Today is October 1st. It is currently, where's my phone at? It is currently 12:24 in the morning, October 1st, 2025. For these next 30 days, y'all be getting the real, raw talent of me. I don't know how I'm finna do it. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish this. And I don't even know what's going to be the end result of this. But I know within 30 days from now, I will be in a better position. I will be mentally focused, mentally better, spiritually better, financially better. Every single thing about me will be evolved within these next 30 days. And y'all will be able to witness that. My health, my wealth, my everything, bro. Just stay tuned, man. I love y'all. I love y'all, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribing to the channel. We are on the road to 400 subberinis. 400 subberinis. I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with Big Niche, man. It has been a pleasure of mine to be of service and upload this content for y'all. And like I said, y'all been rocking with your girl when she was with somebody. Y'all can be rocking with your girl when she was doing it dolo. And like I said, ain't nobody stopping this shine. Ain't no one monkey don't stop no show, man. At the end of the day, when you get hurt and when you have pain in your heart, use that. That is the best time for you to drive yourself into the toughest motivation you can do. When you have pain, when somebody hurts you, use that as the biggest motivation to your goals. And not so much because of revenge success, but use it towards that you're proving to yourself that you're not giving up because of them. And when you prove it to yourself, you're automatically proving them wrong too. Because when you prove it to yourself that you're not going to give up on you, when they already thought that you would give up on you because of the impact that they had on you, when you finally take a step back and say, you know what, I can actually do this. it's gonna rub them the wrong way because they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Damn, she ain't breaking yet. So I love y'all, man. I love y'all. We starting it right back up tomorrow, man. Well, later on today. I'm gonna give me some sleep. I'm gonna upload this video. And I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah. So as y'all can see, this is my little streamer setup area. You know what I'm saying? It's not all the way done, obviously. Very, very small space that I'm working with, but it's gonna expand, bro. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I don't know what. But I'm gonna shake the game up, y'all. I really am. Like, you gotta give me a chance to get situated with this streaming shit. I actually might start it tomorrow. I gotta work with it now. Give me a chance to work with it tomorrow. I plan on actually starting it tomorrow. I started to do it tonight, but I had got occupied. But yeah, y'all. So these next 30 days, 31 days, y'all are locking in with Big Niche. Y'all are taking the time to see what these next 30 days got in store for your girl. So if you like this video, and if I spoke to someone today, and if this message got to you, if it made you smile, if it did anything for you today, just go ahead and leave me a like or a comment or even a sub if you want to. I love you. And like I said, it gets better, bro. It gets better. The key to life is to not let life beat your ass, but to beat the odds with life, you know, for you and life to beat ass together. That's the key. The key is to not let life beat your ass. The key is for you and life to beat ass together. I love y'all, man. I'm finna go ahead, turn it in into my bed, man, and I'm finna go to sleep, man. But video dropping, actually, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna upload this video. But catch me on the stream, man, tomorrow. I don't know when I'm gonna get on the stream, but we gonna create a routine, man. We finna start getting this YouTube and shit together, man. We finna get together, man. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm finna go to sleep. Big Niche out.